Yeah, I would just say I had to develop a consistency because, when I was confident in myself, I knew, I could execute well, and just developing that consistency and confidence. And, if you're consistent at O-line, you're going to be a good O-lineman because you can't have bad plays. One bad play, it's glaring. So developing that consistency and that confidence and just technique, going against guys like Joey Bosa and Noah Spence, some of the better ends in the country probably, you're going to be able to refine your skills.
What did you learn from the guys last year?
They always had an edge to them, and they would go out and they knew that we were an offensive line driven team. So they would assert that, and they would lead the team by how they played, not just what they were saying. So, they would just kind of take over games when it would get tough. They would take over games, they would band together because there was great chemistry with that line. So just being able to bring the guys together, bring the team together, and rally on them, I think was a big thing that I saw.
Coach was saying that it's not necessarily fair to say the team didn't look good today or this or that. I mean, there were a lot of pieces missing. I mean, would you agree with that assessment rather than people jump to conclusion and say you guys didn't look good?
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking with Cardale out there, and you're so used to through 14 practices playing with the same guys, and that chemistry started to develop through spring. Even though there was a lot of new faces, you start to develop a little bit of chemistry, and there were guys flipping sides, playing both ways, so that makes it a little difficult. You're not used to playing with somebody, but that's no excuse. You still got to go out there and execute and do your job at the highest level.
Speaking of playing both sides, Joel Hale making a switch from the D-line to O-line. What have you seen out of him so far?
The thing with Joel Hale is he is an incredibly hard worker. So every day he comes out, he's a hard worker. Coach loves him for that. He's a great leader, very vocal, and he just comes out and grinds every day, and he plays hard. And that's a good role model to have for anybody young. Even for myself, to see how he goes out there and grinds every day. And he's new to line. He doesn't necessarily know what he's doing, but he goes 100%.
Sounds like your spot secure, other spot secure. Who else this spring has kind of caught your eye on the offensive line?
There's several guys. I think Evan Lyles one. I think he's had a good spring as far as developing himself. He got to play a little bit of guard, a little bit of tackle, and he's just a tough kid. And that can go a long way on the field. And Billy Price, I think he's coming along because there'll be flashes where he'll just wow people. Tony, like I said, there'll be flashes where he just wow. Darryl Baldwin. I mean, there's a lot of guys coming along and progressing, but it just is a matter of who ends up nailing down those spots.
Yeah, it looked like Billy had one of the more impressive showings in the Super Bowl there. Just can you talk a little more about his development, I guess?
Yeah, the thing, like I said, the thing with him is he's an athletic freak. He can do it all. He's strong. He can run. He can bend. He's flexible. He can do it all, and he just needs to develop that consistency because, like I said, there are plays where he'll wow you, and he just needs to develop that consistency. And a big thing with him is confidence. He needs to have confidence in himself.